G'day again, welcome back to Dad vs Son and our playthrough of Combat Volume 1, Introductory Scenario 3, Get That Gun. And we're about to go on with Turn 2, Impulse 1. I've given all the Americans their orders. We have a run and gun, a rapid fire, a aimed fire, a sneak, and a sneak. This German here, Soldat Abbas, is the only one that we've spotted so far, and he has aimed fire. The others will pick up their order in their first activation, and then can actually do the order in their second activation. The initiative this time, as I said before, will be Charlie, Blue, Red. So let's get into it. So we're going to sneak this away and this away, like that. We're going to sneak here. We have a run and gun, so I'm going to run to there. And then we're going to do our spotting checks for these ones that have moved before we do anything else. Now, he can't spot anybody because he's sneaking in long grass, and the same with him. Now, he's got a sneak, and he can't, yes, he can see him, because he's in the open. So he can see him and try and, can he? Yes, he just... Let's check it to make sure. We might be just clipping this little bit of grass here. And I'd rather make sure than screw it up. And yes, we are. So he can't see anybody there. And he can't see anybody else because of trees, grass, and everything else. So our three sneaks can't do anything. Our running gun has moved, but he can't see through the trees. This bloke's already seen anyway, and he can't see anybody else to spot them. So that's done. So we have a rapid fire and an aimed fire. Excuse me. Aim fire can't do anything other than try and spot. And again, he's already spotted. He can't see through the trees. Atoll. He can't see through the trees or the rocks or anything else. So, can he see him? He can see him now. This guy here. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is a 0 modifier. And this guy is a no order at the moment in a hedge, which gives him a -1. And he is a 5 plus 1 is 6. So a 5 or less to spot Mr. Red. And he does spot him. And that is Soldat Winter. Right there. Okay. But he can't spot anybody else. So we're down to this little bloke here with his rapid fire. So the first thing he's going to do is fire here at this little gentleman. And he has a M1 carbine, a Garand. So it's a 1, 2, 3. And a 3 and a Garand is a +1 modifier. For aimed fire in trees, which is a -2. So we're at -1, -2, -3 for a 5. So it's a 2 or less to hit. And we get a hit. It's a 1. Yay! And we have a light wound on him. So we'll chuck that on him. And then we'll do his wound morale check. So he's a 5. -1 is a 4 or less to pass. He passes, so he drops 1 level and goes down to cautious. Like that. And that is him shooting, and I don't think he can spot anybody else either. So no, nose, and nose. So the Americans finished. We're up to the Blues. So this bloke gets his order now. Gets his order. Gets, and gets. But this is the only bloke who can act on his. So first thing is we'll see if we can spot anybody else. Of course, these blokes can't spot anybody. This bloke can't spot anybody. This guy can not spot him because we've got the grass there and he's on a sneak. This guy can't spot anybody due to these rocks here. These three, again, can't spot anybody because of the logs and the grass and the trees and the stuff. So they can't do any spotting, so it's just going to be down to this guy. He's got aim fire, first impulse, so he can't fire. All he can try and do is spot. He can't see him. And he can't see him. And these two are spotted. So he's finished as well. And we go on to the Reds. This bloke now gets his, and this bloke gets his. Again, can't see this bloke because of the grass. Can't see these blokes because of the hedges and the grass. Can see this bloke, but he's already spotted, so it doesn't matter. Can't see anybody else. This guy here, again, can't see anybody else. So that's for the first impulse. We go on to the second impulse, and we have Charlie again. So we're going to sneak to here. And sneak to here. And sneak into the trees. And we're going to he can't see anybody, so he can't shoot at anybody, and he's not moving, so he's done. They can't spot anybody. He can't spot him. So what it comes down to is if he can spot any of these here. And he can spot Mr. Red. And he can spot Mr. Blue. And he can spot Mr. Blue, because we're not crossing the logs or anything else. So we can do a check on these three here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, which is first range modifier is a 0. We'll start up here. We have aimed fire in the rocks, which is a -3. And our little man here is for 7 + 1 is 8. So it's a 5 or less to spot. And he gets a 5, so we've spotted this guy. And it's a dummy. Yay! 2 dummies now. Aim fire. Goes back up there. And then we'll do this one here, which is a evade in the open, which is a +1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 0, +1. So we have a 7, 8, a 9 to spot. So he's going to spot. Simple as that. So we get to see this guy. And this is Soldat Schreiber, a recruit. And the lucky last is this guy here. Again, he is a sneak in the open, which is a -1. So we have 7, 8, -1 is 7 or less to spot him. Oh, and we do. And it's another dummy. Right, sneak 1, 6 goes there. That's 3 dummies down. Whew, okay, which leaves us our 2 blokes here. So I'm going to do the aimed fire first here to try and get him. So we have a 4 at 1, 2, 3, 4, which is a 0 modifier for a Garand. And we have aim fire in trees, which is a -2. So he's firing for a 2 or less to hit. Gets a 1 and hits him. Ah, bloody close call. Okay, so he's done. And then we have this guy with his rapid fire here. We have a range of 1, 2, 3, which is a +1 modifier for a -2 for aim fire in trees. So we're at -1, -3 from 5 gives us a 2 or less for another hit. And we get a 6, so nothing there. And he is done. This guy has already spotted him. He can't spot anybody else. Can he? No, he's clipped the trees there, rocks and stuff. We've already spotted him, so it doesn't matter. And this guy can't spot anybody else either. So no. So the Americans are finished, and we're on to blue. So starting up the back here, this is where they can now actually do what they've got to do. And we have in evade 5, which is to here. In evade 5 into the rocks. In evade 5 down to here. And aim fire, so he's not going to move. In evade 5 to here, and in evade 5 to here. And we have an aimed fire. So the first thing we're going to do is do our spotting. So again, looking from the back, this guy here cannot spot anybody. So he's done. This guy here is now in the rocks. Again, he can't spot them because of the trees and because of them sneaking in the grass. He can't spot him because of the trees and the same. Just trying to work out where the tree ends and... Okay, he can spot him, but he's already spotted, but he can't spot him because he's behind rocks. So he is done. So we'll start here again. We have an aimed fire. Now, he can't see them. They haven't been spotted yet. He can see him. Yeah. No, yeah, no, yeah. Yes, can see him. So he can shoot at this guy now. So he is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. This is the bloke we're talking about now. Which is a 0 modifier for range. And we have aimed fire in a tree. which is a -2, and him at the moment is a 4, so that's a 2 or less to hit. He gets a 6, so nothing happens. He can't spot anybody else. No. Okay, so he's done. Now we've got this bloke here. He can't see him because of this tree, and trees, and trees, and trees, and trees and stuff. So he is done. This bloke can't see anybody. This bloke here is not looking through the grass. He's looking into the grass. He can't spot him, but he can try and spot him, I believe. So we have a 1, 2. Which is a +1 for sneak in long grass. It's a -1, so we're at a 0. So it's a 4 or less to spot him. And he gets a 5 and does not. Which brings us to the last blue, which is our little man here, who is shooting first. So who does he want to shoot at? Now he can't. Yes, he can see him. So he can see him. He can see him and shoot at him. He can see him and shoot at him. Okay, so it's going to come down to this one and this one. So aim fire and rapid fire are exactly the same. Distance-wise, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4 gives him the same +1 modifier. So it's just difference between rocks and trees. So we have a -2 for rocks, and we have a -2 for trees for him to shoot at them. So it's going to be 0 to 4 to aim at this guy, and 5 to 9 to aim at this guy. Personally, I think he'd shoot at the nearest fella, but I'll go with what we've got. It's a 0 to 2, so he's going at this guy. Sorry, it's a 2, so he's going at him. Okay. So we have a +1 modifier for range. We have a -2 for him being in there in the trees. So it's a -1. Now he is at a 4. -2 is 2 minus another 1. So he needs a 0, 1 to hit. He gets a 6 and nothing happens. And that is all the blues done. And we go on to the reds. And he has a run and gun. So he can't see them, so he can't shoot at them. He can see him, so he can shoot at him. That's not spotted yet, so it doesn't matter. So he's going to shoot there. And we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is a 0 modifier, for a -2 being in trees, and a -2 being here. So he's down to a -1 straight up. So I don't believe he can shoot. But, yeah, look, that 1, so it didn't matter. But he might have lost ammo. So now can he spot anybody? And he can't spot him, and he can't spot him, and he can't spot him, and that's it. So he is done. And he's the only red one left. So that is the end of that. So let's get into it again. We have no grenades, no medics to do anything. Nobody's got a plan order, no smoke to remove. So again, it's removal of the orders and set up for the next turn. So we'll move the initiative counters out of the way. Oh, what am I doing? It's only impulse 2, dickhead. We're on to impulse 3. Woo! I nearly screwed that even bigger than usual. Not bad, is it? Okay. So let's get rid of these. And we're on impulse 3. Okay, Americans first. So we've got a run and gun. So I'm going to run to here. Or am I going to run back into the rock? Let's run back into the rock, I think. So he's run back into there. So all he can do is try and spot. So he can try and spot this guy. He's already spotted. He can try and spot this guy. He's already spotted. And he can't. Or can he? No, he can't. Trees block it here. He can't spot anything else. We've got these blokes with sneak. So this bloke is going to sneak. He's not going to do anything because it's the third impulse. So he's not going to move. He is going to try and spot this guy. So again, we have a range of 2, which is a +1, and we have an evade in hedge, which is a -1. So we're at a 0, and we have 6 or less to spot that little fella there. And we get a 2 and spot him. And it's another dummy. Righto, so we'll get rid of that. Evade. Evade 5. Where'd you go? Lost you again. There we are, down there. Right. Who else can he spot? He can't spot across here. He can't spot across here. Here or here. So he's done. We have this guy here, Corporal Thomas, who again does not move. This guy's already spotted in the trees there, so he's fine. He can't spot anything this way, and he can't spot anything this way, that way. So no, he's done. So we have aimed fire man here, who can only do spotting checks. He can't see blue over there, of course. He's already seen red. He can't see blue there. He can't see blue there. He's already spotted. So he's done. And we have Mr. Rapid Fire here, who's going to try and do some more damage here. So we have a 1, 2, 3, which is a +1 range modifier. And we have an aimed fire in trees, which is -2. So we're at -1, -2, -3 again. So it is a 2 or less to hit. And we get a 1 and it's a hit, and it is killed in action. Yay! So he is gone. Not that we get any points for it or anything else this time. Like I said, it's simply whether we can blow up that gun emplacement or not. So he's dead as a dodo. And then we just look to see if we can spot anybody else. And that guy's spotted. And again, we can't see through the trees there. Yes, we can. So I can try and spot him. And that's it. So it's a spot to there. Because he's in the rocks now. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is a 0 modifier for evade in rocks. Rocker, rocker, rocker. Is a -2. So we have 5 -2 is a 3, because he's bold again, remember? 3 or less. We get a 6 and nothing happens. And he is finished. So we go on to the blues. Okay, so starting at the back here, we have an evade 5. So he's done. We have an evade 5. So he comes into the gun emplacement. In evade 5, he comes down to the map edge. An aim fire. So all we're going to be down to is spotting checks, and an evade 5 comes down into there. So we'll just go through and do spotting checks with these fellas. So again, starting at this guy here can't spot anything. This guy here can't spot anything because he's got the hedge in the way, and he's got trees in the way and all the rest of it. This guy here, again, can't see them through the grass because they're sneaking. Can't see him through the trees. Can't see him. Oh, sorry, he's already seen, so it doesn't matter, dickhead. This guy can't see them. Can't see him. Can't see him. Just trying to... I'm going to have to check that one, I think. Just to be sure, I've got a sneaking suspicion it comes across the tree line. Yes, and it does. Okay. So he can't see there, and of course he can't see there, which leaves this little fella here who can see him. He's already spotted. Can't see him, can't see them. So he's just going to go for a spot here, and we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0 modifier for run and gun in rocks, which is a -1. He's a 4, so it's 3 or less to spot, and he gets a 6, so nothing happens there. And that's the blues done. We go on to the reds, and he is a run and gun 4, 5. So he is going to go 4, then he goes 5, so he will go to there. And again, we're just looking at spotting. Again, he can't see these guys through the grass. He can't see him through the grass. He's already spotted. He's up behind the trees and he can't see him. And that is the end of the third impulse. And we go on to the last impulse. Okay. A Mary Cans. So the first guy is going to be this little man here. And he's going to do his gunning. So he's going to shoot at this guy here. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is a 0 modifier for an M1. This guy is evade in the open. Which is a -1. So we have -3 for 3. So he needs a 0 to hit. Gets a 9, so he has low ammo. That's a bit sucky. Okay, low ammo there. Okay, next up, we've got this guy with his rapid fire, who can shoot at this guy. It's the only guy he can shoot at, so he's going to fire there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, 0 modifier for an evade in the open, which is a -1. So we have -3, so a 0 to 2 to hit. Well, we get a 9 and we waste some more ammo. We have Mr. Sneaky Pants here. So he is going to sneak into this trees here. Now, of course, he can't... That bloke's already seen, so it doesn't matter. He can't see him because of the logs. He can see him, so he can do a spot there, but he can't see him. So we're going to do a spot here. So again, 1, 2, 3 is a +1 for aimed fire in trees. Trees, aim fire is a -2. So we're at -1. He's at 8. -1 is 7 to spot him. 7 or less. We get a 4 and spot this guy. And that's another dummy. So that's 4 of the 5 blue dummies. Okay. Starting to open up this gun position, which is good. And he can't spot anybody else, so he's finished. We have these two guys here. He is going to sneak here. And he is going to sneak here. And the reason I didn't sneak here is because he could then shoot him. Well, he could spot him, and I didn't want to do that. Now, he can't see there. So, they're done. Which leaves our last little man here with his aimed fire. Now, he could fire at that guy. There. And he could fire at this guy here. So let's see what we want to do. This guy is in the open. This guy is in the open. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So range-wise, no difference. They're both in the open. This one has an evade, which is a -1. This one has a run and gun, which is a -1 as well. So I can go for either one. This one is a recruit. This one is a recruit. I'd rather get rid of this. Well, no, I don't need to worry about him because there's a good chance he could end up evading. Well, he is going to evade off the board. Simple as that. Because he's going to end up here on his turn. So I don't have to worry about him. I'm just going to shoot there. Okay, so we said it was a 0 for there. It's a -1. He is at a 4 for his firepower. So therefore it is a 3 or less to hit him. And we get an 8. That's okay. And he can't spot anybody else, so is good. We go into the blues. Okay, so this guy here is an evade 5 and comes down to here. This guy is an evade 5 and moves forward out of the gun in place. 5 and basically goes off the map. Simple as that. He is gone. Evade 5. He just runs away. He's not killed or anything. And this guy evades 5 and comes down here trying to flank us. Right. So blues-wise, all we can do now is try for spotting. Again, he can't spot us through the grass there, through the grass there. He's already spotted. He's already spotted. He can? Yes. So he can try and spot our, who is this? Butterman over here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, 9. So it's a 0 modifier for range. Our little man is in the rocks. And with a run and gun is a -1. So we're looking at a 3 or less to spot. And we get a 3. So let's see. Yep, he is a real man. A real boy. So we now have half our team spotted. Like that. And that's that. This guy can't spot him. Can't spot him because of the logs, because he's got a sneak. He's already spotted, but he can't see him, and they're already spotted. So that's that. And we go on to the reds. And we only have the one red, and he has a run and gun. So he's going to shoot. Now, again, he can't shoot at this guy, or this guy, because they haven't been spotted. He can shoot there. Can't shoot there, can't shoot there. So he's got to shoot there to start with at Kowalski. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for a 0 modifier with a -2 in trees for aim fire. So he's at -2, -4. So again, he can't hit. All we do is see if he gets out of ammo or something. So that's that. And that's the end of Impulse 4. And we go back and start up our setup again. What do we got? So their orders come off. It's 3 evade 5s and a run and gun 4-5. So what I'm going to do with this little man here is I'm going to sprint. Because he can. This little man here is going to run and gun. Like that. This little man here is going to run and gun as well. Rapid fire, aim fire, run and gun. This little man here is going to do aimed fire. This guy here is going to do, in fact, he's not going to do aimed fire. He's going to do rapid fire. Oh, yeah. Yes, he is. He is going to do aimed fire. And he is going to continue to sneak, just for something different. So we've got aimed fire, sneak, rapid fire, run and gun, and sprint. So we're starting to move in. We've only got these 4 here left. So that is that. Get rid of the old German orders. Get a new card for the Americans. And it's weave, -1 to hit any friendly character with sprint, evade, or run and gun order. So I need to remember that. So let's put a little die on it. So I'll remember to do that. And that gives them a 28 initiative value. So starting at the back, we have blue. Oh, a 15. That's good. Okay, so back here we are in cover with normal. So he is suppressive fire. We have an open, normal, run and gun 5.6 charge. Okay, so let's get our run and gun 5.6 to start with. And a charge counter. And again, we're in cover, so it's going to be a suppressive fire. Like that. And then red is in the open, normal, so he gets a run and gun 6.5 charge. Okay, run and gun 6.5 with a charge as well. Okay, so I'm going to do the checks here first for the charge, and then we'll call it quits after that. I'll just set up the initiative first. So we're on 17. So blue will be first, Charlie second, and red is on 97. They'll be last. Okay, and that'll be for turn 3. Okay, so let's do the initiative for this guy first. He's on a 4. So 4 or less, and he could charge this guy, or he could charge this guy. He gets a 1, so he is going to charge. So I really want to shoot him. And then the same here again, a 4 or less for his charge. And again, he could charge this guy, or this guy, if he can spot him. Oh, that's right. It has to be a spotted enemy, doesn't it? No. Doesn't have to be there. So forget about it. Doesn't matter. He gets his run and gun back. 6.5. My apologies. Screwed that. But caught it. So we've got suppressive fire and suppressive fire. Run and gun, run and gun. And that's it. So take care, and I will catch you for turn 3 next time. Bye for now.